Hello, everyone. Welcome to Quantum Messages. My name is Ani Sophine. I am finally back. It's been a while. It's been about 3 months since I recorded a video and also was online for YouTube. I just kind of like went back into my cave and I started doing deep contemplative research and also thoughts and um, all kinds of things into the occult, into the unseen realms. And right now, I'm focusing on pack thought forms. Currently, right now, I'm going to be offering something new, and it is a membership that you can join. And on my website called quantummessages1.com. And I will be offering basically a video every month, a transcript every month, and also a little mini ebook about the things that I've learned for that month and that I would like to share. And what I've realized is that some of the things that we are putting out online needs to be kind of more for those of us that are willing to do the work. And I've also realized that pack thought forms are basically controlling all of humanity right now. It is through thought forms that we are creating, or the unseen realms are projecting and implanting into us, which is creating our reality right now, either good or bad, either evil or for the good. And so I just really feel like this is something that we need to focus on. Someone in the past who's really focused on thought forms is called Annie Besant, and she was an occultist. And she wrote a book about thought forms, which is interesting. But what I came across was they're calling her an artist, but technically she's not an artist. And her name is Emma Coons, and she was a healer. And she lived in Switzerland, and she considered herself clairvoyant as well as almost psychic. And what she would do is she would do radiesthesia and dowsing to create these geometric art forms. And they were for her clients, the clients that needed healing. And so when I see these pictures, I think of thought forms. I think of pack thought forms. And I've had experience with these before where I was basically like almost like a pack thought form was like dropped into my consciousness, and I was able to see it within my third eye. And so what happens is it comes through the seventh chakra. It comes down through the seventh chakra. It's dropped in here based upon your frequency and your vibration. And then it moves, that energy moves to the pineal gland. And on our pineal gland, we have calcified crystals. And each one of our calcified crystals is different from everyone else's because we're all unique. We're all, we all have unique shapes. And the way that we develop is based upon our environment and our soul and what we're perceiving. And so I have seen these before. And I've experienced them before in the hypnagogic state, what I call the in-between state. And I feel that they're alive, they're moving, they're vibrating, they're energy. And this is what I'm going to go deep into with my membership for this month. So April is pack thought forms. Next month will be in May, spirits of the land. And I'm going to be going deep into the springs and how certain springs create this piezoelectric effect around the planet, which creates almost like these portals and paranormal activity, and how we can connect to that. And so I'm going to go deep into that in May. And so that'll be my lessons for May. But for this month, I'm focusing on pack thought forms. And so when you look at these pack thought forms, each one of them, when we start connecting with the unseen realms, we see things in shape, in sound, in color, in geometric form, and we interpret them based upon our own perceptions. And so what she did is she created these using radiesthesia and dowsing, and she would create these geometric forms and she would give them to her clients. And sometimes she would work 24 to 48 hours on these. Like it would just wash through her. It would just be downloaded into her. And each one of them meant something. So even though we're seeing shapes, we're seeing triangles, we're seeing hexagons, we're seeing stars, we're seeing red, blue, each one of those means something. And so if you're interested in finding out on a deeper level what those things mean, go to my website, quantummessages1.com. And what I'm calling this membership is called See into the Unseen. So we all have the power within ourselves to be able to connect to the other side. And we are being bombarded with information right now. And when you go through the initiation process, when you go through the trials, when you go through those dark nights of the soul moments, you get closer and closer and closer to the guardian of the threshold. And the guardian of the threshold will walk you through, pull back the veil, and walk you through that gate for you to see into the other side what is actually happening in reality. We are only experiencing 1% of reality. That's 99% more of what we are not seeing. And this is a step forward into that. So if you are interested in empowering yourself, giving yourself that power back for you to be able to connect with other beings, to see into the unseen, to walk through that threshold, to walk through that gate, to walk through that portal, to get your own answers for yourself and your soul, then I highly recommend you go to my website and check it out. It's only $21 a month. That's like barely anything. So what I've realized going into my cave for the past 3 months and doing my own research is that true esoteric knowledge is not revealed openly at all. You must earn the knowledge received. And in order to earn the knowledge received, you have to go through those trials. You have to go through those initiations. And those initiations and trials are not easy. They're extremely challenging because it strips the ego. It strips you of the things that are of this third dimensional reality, so to speak. And so if we want to see what's beyond this one, we have to go through those trials. If one is not balanced, the higher realities will not be revealed and distortions will ensue. So unfortunately, with our social media right now, and unfortunately with the screens and the phones, and having access to all of these things, everybody is putting their opinions, everybody is putting their ideas into it. And so we're seeing that. And a lot of the things that are being put into this and that we are connecting with are distortions. They're unbalanced because they have not stepped over the threshold yet. It is not easy to step over that threshold right now. We really have to dig deep within. And so true knowledge is not revealed and received unless we do the work. So, and what I've been saying and what I've realized is anyone that's claiming that they have knowledge and understanding of the unseen realms and that boasts about it is inflicted with ego and distortion. And so if you are seeing things on YouTube that people are talking about, prophecies or the flash that's going to happen, this big gigantic flash, or aliens are going to come down from Regulus, be very discerning about that. That is someone else's perceptions that could be distorted based upon pack thought forms that are coming from service to self entities that are not for humanity and not for our progression and not for our enlightenment and not for our transitioning into the fourth density realm. And so please be very wary about that. I also want to reiterate that you have the power within yourself to be able to cross the veil, to be able to communicate with the guardian of the threshold, to be able to go through those trials of initiation, to be able to understand and unpack the thought forms that are coming to you. For example, like this picture right here that Emma Coons had made. This is another one. Do we understand what it means? Not really. But if you look deeper and deeper and deeper into the symbolism, the colors, the shapes, everything has meaning. And everything that we think of here is reflected on the other side in the astral realm. And I really appreciate what his name is Darius, but basically what he has said is that it all comes down to love. But this is not just a love of like, oh, I love you. It's a universal love. A universal love with integrity and with discernment. And so if you are interested in finding out more about packed thought forms, then please go to my website, which is quantummessages1.com, $21 a month. It's titled See into the Unseen. And every month I'm going to be offering the things that I have learned on a deeper esoteric level. And I'm also going to be offering you practices that you can do to get to your higher self so that you can get the answers yourself and that you don't need to look outside of yourself for somebody to tell you what is happening. That's something that I personally have been struggling with. I don't want somebody else to tell me what is beyond. I want to experience it myself. So what are the things that I need to do in order to get there? And how can I do the work, the deep work, in order to see the unseen? So if you're interested, please go. And this month is particularly on pack thought forms. I'm going to go very, very deep into it. You will receive a mini ebook. You will receive all the references and the things that I've studied. And then you will also receive a transcript of my video. So you don't have to watch it. You can just read the transcript as well. Anyways, go to quantummessages1.com. I hope to see you there. Take care. Have a wonderful evening and or day.